unnecessary vlog.
Yesterday was my filming day and I was knocking them out like back to back to back. And I was doing most of my editing last night, but I was doing some of my editing today. And I realized during my editing that I completely spaced and forgot to tell you all something really important about my whole perfume journal and stuff. But first, can we just take a moment for these nails? Like, oh, like look at this color. What? Like, ooh, you know where I got this from? The Dollar Tree. Does that surprise any of you? It shouldn't. This one is, it was $1.25, obviously. It doesn't have a name on it. It does not, I'm not seeing a name anywhere, but wait, no, wait, here it is. Hold on. Real Deal? Or is that the deal of the I don't know. I don't know if that's the name of it or not. Real Deal, maybe, but this is what it looks like. But, ooh, I love this color. Oh, I'm getting distracted. Okay. Anyway, so about the perfume journal. I'm finding out now, you know, like I'm still learning about this whole perfume journal thing. I'm finding out now that it is so much easier to do it by month. That way, like, I was struggling so much because every week I had separate perfumes on each week that I would write down, and then I would write down the total. So you would think like, oh, okay, so all you have to do at the end of the month is write down the total of those 4 weeks. But no. Because what if I wore Burberry Goddess on week 1, but I also wore Burberry Goddess on week 2? I can't count that perfume 2 different times, you know, in my monthly total. That wouldn't make sense. You know, you see what I'm saying? So it's easier if I do like a full month at once instead of breaking it up week to week to week. That way, it's, you know, at the end of the month, I've got my sheet right there. I can just count right through it. I know for a fact I'm not going to count one perfume 2 different times, so that I'll have a more accurate reading. And it's just a little bit easier. So my point is, you won't see any of the like weekly perfume journal breakdowns, but I will do an end of the month perfume breakdown, like what I'm doing today. So what you're seeing today is something I'll be doing at the end of every month on this channel. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, let's get into this video. So I've been doing my perfume journal for 4 weeks now, and it is time to do an end of the month like evaluation, kind of a collection of data. End of the month collection of data is what we'll call this. Very fascinating stuff. And I can't wait to do another full month and then be able to compare those two side by side as well to see if there's any similarities or anything. So for the entire month of May, I wore 88 perfumes total. And as of now, since I don't have any other months to go by, I don't really know if that's a low month or a high month, or maybe an average month. I don't know. The more I continue this, the more data I'll have for you. But as of now, month of May, 88 perfumes total. Normally, I would put every single one of them on the screen for you. But 88 perfumes, that's a lot. That's a lot. So we're not going to do that, but we will do it for the more like important perfumes we're going to be kind of shining a light on. So out of the 88 perfumes, 17 of those 88 perfumes that I wore all month were Middle Eastern perfumes. 11 out of those 88 perfumes were celebrity. And 60 were designer/niche. 32 of the 88 perfumes I wore more than once. 13 of the 88 were 2025 releases, which makes 75 perfumes out of the 88 that were 2024 or older. So now let's go through the perfumes I wore more than once and how many times did I wear them? Like this is where it gets interesting.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
So out of the 11 celebrity perfumes, there was only one I wore more than once. But you all know which one that is. It is Glow by J.Lo. And not only did I wear this more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, I wore this a total of 4 times this month. Now, I've always loved this perfume, but I've always considered it just a freshie. You know, you got the white florals, you got the citruses, it's a little sweet. To me, it was more like a gym scent or an out of the shower scent. There's a slight soapiness I'm getting from this in like a clean way, but it's not full on bar of soap. And I always thought of this as a spring scent as well. You know, fresh, clean spring scent. But oh my goodness, was I wrong. You guys, try this out in the summer heat. Bring this with you on a beach vacation and it will transform your life. I kid you not. I know, maybe I'm the only one, but I never thought of this as a beach summertime vacation, going to lay out in the sun or going to the pool or something. I've never thought of it as that type of scent, but oh my goodness, it just, like, that is when it comes alive. This perfume showed me a different side of itself that I had never seen before. In that heat of the sun. Mixing with this perfume, it sparkles and dances on your skin. Like it glows. Like, I get the name now. It feels like your skin is just radiating and glowing from within. And absolutely, like, just chef's kiss, match made in heaven, summertime, especially if you're going to the beach somewhere, just like that type of vibe. This goes perfectly hand in hand with that. Really surprised me. And, you know, if you have not picked up a bottle of this, I mean, I highly suggest it because it's or at least getting your nose on it, because it's such a inexpensive perfume. I think I picked up, like, this is the 4 mil. So this is like the big one, the big Mac Daddy. No, it's 5 mil. Yeah, this is the 5 mil. And I think it was like $35. So you can get the smaller ones for much cheaper. But it's so inexpensive and it smells amazing. Oh, I love it. One of my favorite celebrity perfumes. And obviously so, because I wore it 4 times this month. So now, let's talk about the Middle Eastern perfumes. So like I said, there were 17 perfumes out of those 88 total that were Middle Eastern perfumes that I wore this month. And out of those 17 perfumes, only 9 of them I wore more than once. I wore Coral twice. Amazing watermelon perfume, perfect for summertime. I wore Coconut Leche twice. I'm starting to come around to that perfume. I wasn't a huge fan at the beginning, but I'm starting to come around to it. But I will say I don't really wear it too much on its own. I always like to pair it up with something. But anyway, so I wore that twice. I wore Noble Blush twice. I absolutely love that perfume. Like, that is one of my high up Middle Eastern perfumes, like my ride or die. I like absolutely love that perfume. It's outstanding in my opinion. I wore Adorn twice. Like I said, the weather, now that one is more of a cooler weather scent because it is a very dense, thick, sweet earthiness, woodiness going on. And this weather has been kind of topsy-turvy, you know. Like today, for instance, it's very chilly out. But a couple days before, it was super sunny and I was laying out in a bikini. You know, it's like you don't know what to wear. But anyway, so I wore that one twice. And then Watermelon Batik, I wore 3 times. And if you've been on my channel a while, I talk about that perfume constantly. I love Watermelon Batik. It is one of my favorite watermelon perfumes. It's just easy going. My husband absolutely loves it. It's just It's perfect for summertime. It's fresh, it's fruity. What's not to love? And it's so inexpensive too. Then I wore a Indomitable 3 times. Now, Indomitable is not like, whoa, mind-blowing, you gotta pick it up. Everyone needs this perfume in their life. Not like that at all. But I really enjoy it. It is a very happy citrus perfume, and I'm enjoying it. Well, we'll say that. It's not like this, it's not like Noble Blush or Watermelon Batik, where they are my ride or dies. I will always have them in my collection. But, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, and then there were 2 Middle Eastern perfumes that I wore 4 times. So these are the ones that I wore as much as JLo Glow. Those are Veneno Bianco, which really impressed me, blew me away, impressed me. Highly recommend that perfume for summertime. Like that, out of all of my summertime perfumes, designer, Middle Eastern, celebrity, all of my summertime perfumes, I can't think of a single one that projects further and lasts longer on my skin than Veneno Bianco. Like, it's really outstanding. Like, they did an amazing job in that perfume, and that is right up there with the Watermelon Batik and the Noble Blush. Like, it ain't going nowhere. Like, I want to always have that one in my collection. And then the other one that I wore 4 times was Cade Alpherson. I love that perfume so much. You all know I've gone through bottle after bottle of that perfume. Same thing with Watermelon Batik. I've gone through so many bottles of that. Cade Alpherson is such an easygoing summer perfume. Creamy, sweet, coconut, pineapple, pina colada type of vibes. Just absolutely love that perfume. So now let's get into the designer / niche. How many I wore more than once. We've got Very Sexy Oasis. I wore twice. Jasmine Grandifolium Extrait 30. I wore twice. Now, very quickly, keep in mind that the Jasmine Grandifolium Extrait 30, that one is my very expensive birthday perfume. And I had a sample of it, and that's why I wore this twice this particular month, because I had a sample of it. So I was able to use it 2 times. But after this month, you're not going to see Jasmine Grandifolium on here hardly ever, because that's going to be something that's very special that I only bring out to wear on my birthday, things like that. So this is kind of you're not going to see this very often, but I did wear it twice this month, so it's on here. And it's amazing. It's not that I don't want to. It's an amazing perfume. But like, if you spray like one spray, that's like $20 right there. You're like $20, $40, $60. Like, whew, can't be doing that. I don't have that kind of money to throw around. So it's just being saved for like special occasions. Okay, so anyway, Sintra I wore twice. Creamy, sweet, citrusy, gourmand, marshmallowy, love it. Tempo I wore twice. Really nice, clean patchouli, a little more leaning more on the masculine side, but just really nice, clean patchouli. I really loved it. Tiger Lily I wore twice. And I do want to bring up that Tiger Lily surprised me from last year. It's a little bit different than last year. Like, I loved it last year, but this year I really love it, like even more, because it's over a year old, and it's just, I don't know, it's just marinated longer. It's sweeter, it's stronger, and that mango is really coming out now, like way more than it did at the beginning. And the mango is juicy and ripe, but there's a little bit of tartness going on to it. Oh, it's so good, so good. Chloe Nomad I wore twice, and honestly, this would have probably been higher up. I probably would have worn it more often, but I had gotten it in the middle of the month. Like, this wasn't a perfume I had all month to use. I had bought it like a little bit more like later on in the month. so I didn't have as much time. But absolutely love that perfume as well. Amazing chypre. And then Cashmere and Vanilla Essence. I wore that twice. And again, that is something you're not going to see very often during the summertime once it really starts to heat up and stay hot. But earlier this month, it was much colder. Today's much colder, so you're going to see some perfumes on here that aren't typically going to be in my more spring summer lineup. And Cashmere and Vanilla Essence is one of them. I'm going to be getting more enjoyment out of that during the fall and winter months. But anyway, so I wore that twice. Guava Granita, I wore twice. Really love that perfume. Sweet, creamy, tropical smoothie, a little bit of banana. Ooh. Strawberry Letter, I wore twice. Amazing strawberry perfume. Ylang 49, I wore twice. That one was a sample, and that's a really densely, dirty, earthy patchouli and ylang ylang. But I really love it. I really love it, and I would like to get a bottle of it. Not like I don't think I need like a 30 mil. I think I'm going to get a 15 mil of it because, well, for one thing, the 30 mil is really expensive. But for another thing, the perfume itself is such a, it's strong and heavy. And I just feel like I wouldn't need as many spray. It would take me longer to get through a 15 mil bottle of that. So I might just get the 15 mil. Anyway, Power Self, I wore twice. That one is one that I was sampling, I was testing out, and I really love it. It's a beautiful, powdery, musky, like it smells like skin, and I love it. But for that price point of like $400, I'm just gonna stick with, my Amber Vanilla, Glossier You, things like that are more in my price range. But if you do have the extra cash and you want like a really nice musky skin type of perfume, oh, that was a good one. Definitely, if I see it at a discount for around $200, I will snatch it up quick, let me tell you. Because I do love it, but like I said, $400, no. I wore Donna Born & Roma Extra Dose twice. I get such a candy, almost like a tart candy vibe from that perfume. And then the vanilla in the base is so sensual and creamy and sweet. And ooh, oh, I love that perfume. I wore Devotion twice. Amazing citrus gourmand. And in my opinion, some people don't like to wear it in the summertime, but in my opinion, that is when she shines, is in the summertime. Ooh. I wore Yum Bougie Marshmallow twice. And I actually used up the bottle. I used to not like that perfume at all because of the performance and the longevity, or like the projection, the longevity and everything. But now that it needed time to sit, and the longer it sat, the better it got, the stronger it got, the longer it lasted on my skin. So at this moment in time, I love it equally as much as my Marshmallow Blush. Before, I would have said, oh no, Marshmallow Blush is far superior than Yum Bougie Marshmallow. But now that it's sat for a while, they're on equal ground. I feel like they smell pretty much the same, but different price points. Okay, so now we're getting into the 3 times. I wore Bora Bora 3 times. Absolutely love Bora Bora. It's such an inexpensive, amazing summertime. I think of Malibu Barbie, mermaid Barbie vibes. It kind of gives off the same, I'm getting the same sort of scent profile in general as Curious by Britney Spears. If you love Curious by Britney Spears, you would probably really love Bora Bora because they're very they're different, but they're the same sort of scent. But Bora Bora is more, you're getting more of a tropical vibe from it. And then I wore Me 3 times. Amazing Peach
perfume. Peach skin-like perfume. I had a subscriber in the comment section. Wait, who was it? Somebody in the comment section was telling me that somebody else had said that me smelt like running naked through a peach grove. And that is exactly it. They nailed that description, because that's what it is. It's very like, I'm smelling skin. I'm smelling a lot of earthy mossiness. I'm smelling a lot of peaches. It's just really, Sniff did an excellent job in that perfume. I wore Burberry Her Intense 3 times. Fruity strawberry. You got this citrusy, sweet orange blossom in sitting in a bowl of warm, sensual amber. Just my very favorite Burberry Her perfume so far. I also wore Sun-Kissed Hibiscus 3 times. That one is a great, clean, creamy coconut tanning lotion, very rich smelling, like rich girl on a yacht is what I always say. Now we're getting into the ones I wore 4 times. So as much as the J.Lo Glow and Kate Afterson and what was the other one? And the Veneno Bianco. Gentle Reminder, I wore 4 times. Milky, creamy, lavender tea is what I'm getting from that. Very comforting, very cozy. Loved to wear it to bedtime. Ooh, love, love, love it for bedtime. And then Amber Vanilla, I wore 4 times. Again, another amazing bedtime scent. It smells, it's like a Your Skin But Better. I've always described this as, it smells like motherhood to me. It smells, I don't know. I know that's such a weird way to put it, but it's just amazing Your Skin But Better, musky, comforting bedtime scent. And now we're getting into 5. So that even goes beyond J.Lo Glow and all the other ones we talked about, okay? I only wore 2 perfumes. Out of 88 perfumes, I only wore 2 perfumes 5 times. Those perfumes are, does anyone want to take a guess? The first one is Aromatics Elixir. Aromatics Elixir, I wore 5 times this month. And this is the if I had to give it all up, like all my perfumes and stuff, this would probably be my signature scent. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that because I love so many of these perfumes. I'm so passionate about them. But if I had to, for some reason, I could only pick one, it would probably be Aromatics Elixir, more than likely. Because it just resonates with me on such a deep personal level. There's just something about this perfume. It's like aromatic, it's woody, a little smoky, a little animalic, a little patchouli earthiness going on. It's got florals in there, sweet florals in there as well. Just really amazing perfume. I don't know what else to say. Absolutely love it. And as you can see, I wore it 5 times. Okay, and then the other perfume I wore 5 times was Rose Era. This perfume, I had sampled it a while back and I loved it, but I've got Amazing Grace Intense that is very similar. But Amazing Grace Intense is a little bit more, it's sweeter, but it's a little bit more diluted or something. But I don't want that to come across, I don't mean that in a bad way. It just smells a little different than this. This one is just more thicker. It's thicker and more potent, I guess would be the word. Like strawberry, or the Amazing Grace Intense I think of a strawberry body wash. And with Rose Era, I actually picture a very dense, thick, white, creamy bar of soap. You know, it's like different consistencies. And this one is just so, I don't know, there's something about it that is so addictive to me. And I'm gonna try to pace myself with this bottle, but it's only 30 ml, and this is very addictive. So I could see myself going through this very quickly. I just really love this scent. Oh, it's like a sweet, thick, creamy bar of soap, a fruity, like just very, so crisply clean smelling. Love this perfume so much. So, out of the 88 perfumes that I wore, these two are the top winners, I guess you could say. So I hope you guys found this video as fascinating as I did. Like, I just really enjoyed doing this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later.